there and welcome to the Business Live Chat of March 2020. My name is Carol Odera and thank you so much for subscribing. Now, this is the show where each and every Friday we only take 5 minutes of your time to get you informed, connected and inspired as an entrepreneur. Now, this particular month is special because the world is celebrating the International Women's Day, and as the Winam capital, we are going to be spending time with 4 amazing women in business from Kisumu. And today's show, we're actually shooting from the Kisumu's Yacht Club. Are you ready to get started? Stay with us. If you have ever been on the streets of Kisumu or in Kisumu town, probably want to change money in one of the Forex bureau, you've probably gone into the Alimran Plaza and walked into the PEL Forex bureau. Now you don't get to see her, but today we are very much honored to have her on the show, and thank you so much for making time. So we are here today with Mrs. Kalpana Karia of the PEL Forex Bureau, and we just want to, have a conversation and find out how she's been able to be in business for this long time. Yeah? So you've been in business for 25 years.
25 years.
25 years, such a long time.
Yeah.
How is that experience being a woman in business?
It's very nice. I think people respect you more. That's what I've realized. That when you're a woman, and financial, this thing is more of men dealing with it.
Exactly.
But they always respect you, even when they want to bargain in the rates. There's always that little, gender respect.
Exactly.
So
So tell us a bit about. So probably not everyone understands what is involved in the Forex business. But why did you decide to venture in this particular business and not any other business?
Because back in the days, 25 years back, actually I was a radiographer. I'm a radiographer by profession.
Wow.
I was working in Union as a general hospital, and my husband was going to open the bureau, and he was doing all the renovations and everything. We were the first ones in Kenya to get the license when the government started giving
in Kenya,
license.
not even in Kisumu.
In Kenya.
Okay. Wow.
So then he was doing the renovations of the place, and then he said, he told me to let me take you to see it. Then he said that he was telling his friend, I'm not getting any good staff, we need a trustworthy staff. So his friend said, why don't you just take her? And he said, she will not be able to run the financial institution. She's a radiographer in the hospital.
Yeah.
And it was a challenge to me, husband challenging me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I said, why don't you try? And he said, what about your hospital? I said, I can do it part-time. I can even go night duty sometimes. But I'd like to give it a try. He said, are you sure? I said, okay. And then he's telling me, okay, when I get somebody better, then I'll just shift and you can go back to your hospital.
How did you feel about that?
And I said, that was a challenge. And I said,
positive challenge though.
Very positive challenge. And I said, no, now I have to prove myself. So then I started the business, but of course it was very hard in the beginning, like x-raying patients and running about in the hospital and then coming and,
Yeah, exactly. So the first location
money.
was actually in the hospital?
No, first, not location. I was working in the hospital as a radiographer. In the Union General Hospital taking x-rays. So then I told him I have to go for this course when the central bank sends us a course circular. There was a course at Tika, the Utali.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went for a short course there, I came back and then I was full on. And he was even surprised. He didn't even have to come and ask this, that, after doing that course, it really helped me. And the central bank people were very good. They always helped me. Whenever there was anything, I had to pick up the phone and ask them. And because there were so many foreigners coming at the time, and banks were charging a lot of commissions. Now, at present, banks don't charge that much commission. But banks' margin was very big, and they were charging 1%, 2% commissions on transfers and cash handling.
Wow.
So we were like, bucket shops, and it was very easy.
Yeah.
So then it was.
And even getting the license wasn't very difficult.
It wasn't that difficult.
Oh wow, that's very interesting. Yeah. And so, what has been the challenges? 25 years is not, a short time to be in business. But what has been the challenges being a woman, having it since inception till now? What has been the challenges?
Well, the biggest challenge actually was that I had small kids in the house, waking up very early, dropping the kids to school, cooking this, and then going to work. And then at work, it was quite stressful because, financial business is not like selling a phone and then you know that you have the money and then if
That's true.
It's not a product which it's not a consumer's product. It is something which you need, to be very careful.
Yes, exactly.
So the biggest challenge was the fluctuation in the rates.
And you have to monitor that.
And like supposing one day the dollar is 100, the next day and you bought so much dollars and you haven't had the buyers, and the next day the dollar drops to 99 or 98, gosh, then what? And you don't have enough cash flow, but you have to still sell it to get your cash flow to buy more dollars, even at a lower rate. So we try to hedge it a bit. Then that were losses. Then I said, no, something has to be done. So then I started hedging. So hedging was, again, it taught me a step further that you can hedge it, but still, at times you do make your losses. At times you make more gains.
Yeah.
Because if the dollar, you bought them cheaper, it goes to 102, 103, then of course you have to sell them very fast, and you made your gain there. So I used to get upset in the beginning, but then something told me in my mind that when you're making the 3 shillings gain, when the rates are going up, then why aren't you considering that? So then I started considering that, and I started hedging, and then it is fine.
Oh wow! And so the more you do it, the more you
The more you do it, and now it's just like, the rates are just here all the time, registered, the accounts are registered. I don't even hardly use a calculator.
Yeah.
And even to detect fake notes, it's, somebody said, okay, let me put through the machine, but the minute I hold it, I know this is a fake note.
Awesome. Yeah. So you said something about when you're beginning, it was a challenge to balance between work and children, and how have you managed to do that? Because there are women out there who are in business, but they are not able to balance it.
Yeah, I think it's my yoga and meditations, because I do a lot of yoga. I teach yoga as well voluntarily. So when I'm doing yoga and breathing deeply and doing my meditations, I always project positive vibrations, and that was keeping me calm. And that's very important to keep calm, to balance.
Exactly. So work. Just to my next point, you are a yoga professional.
Yeah.
And why do you think it's important for women in business to take in, fitness, to consider fitness as an important thing?
It's extremely important, because otherwise what happens is that your mind becomes stale, and plus you cannot balance. Women cannot balance between, housework, taking care of the children, taking care of the husband, biggest child in the house.
I know, the first baby.
Yeah, first baby. And then at the same time, your business and stress of the business, because whatever the case, business is a bit stressful. No matter, no businesses, I can vouch, no businesses are running smoothly. If anybody tells you, even a man tells you that my business is running very smoothly, it's not true.
Exactly.
There are always ups and downs. So to balance these ups and downs in business, in that yoga, meditation is very, very important, extremely important.
True. All right, so the world is celebrating the International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And the theme is an equal world becomes an enabled world.
Yes.
What do you take of that as a woman in business?
An equal world
is an enabled world.
And that's very true. As a woman in business, it proves, as I told you in the beginning, my husband, 25 years back, he was a bit that, is she going to run the bureau?
There was that doubting.
So 25 years back, it was a doubt, but now he will not doubt that for sure. He will just,
he feels like you're equal to him.
Equal. He really feels I'm equal to him. At times, even when I want his advice, he's saying, why are you asking me? Make your own decision. You're fine. So this shows when he tells me, you're fine, make your own decisions. And at times, the good thing is, at times he's even told me, you make better decisions than me.
Oh, wow.
That
is so empowering.
So that is very, whereas in the beginning, will she be able to run it? That thing in his mind. So I think that's what you're saying now, equality is there. Or equality are even better, because I don't think a man can do both together.
Exactly. No.
If you leave the kids with him, is when I'm traveling sometimes and I've left the kids with him and the housework and then this, he couldn't cope. He'll ring me at night and say, no, this is too much. When are you coming back? But we can do that all our life.
Wow. And the world is enabled to be a better place.
Exactly.
Cool. Now, one final one is, what piece of advice would you give to women in business who are just starting? They have not even done 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You've done 25 years.
25,
what piece of advice would you give such women?
Well, my advice is keep going. Do not stop. Hurdles come in life and go. Everything, you always have hurdles in life. Even when you're in school, you have hurdles in life, right? But hurdles come and go. At one hurdle, don't stop and say, don't get defeated. That is my main advice. Another advice is fitness. Be fit, physically fit. Look after your diet. And when you look after your diet, you're eating the correct food, you're looking up, then you're already at mental peace. Wake up a bit early, do your meditation, listen to your breath more, and all that really helps for a woman to balance everything. All that really helps. Honestly, that's so important, and that's my advice to all the women who are coming into business. Take care of your health first, right? And the wealth will come.
Oh wow, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to wrap up. Take care of your health first and the wealth will come. Don't stop, keep going. Thank you very much for listening and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're done. That was fast. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.